Precious heart, my yearning for you knows no bounds. What better way to express it than through the tender sentiments of a poem?
Let your words of love drop from your sweet lips like petals from a rose.
It bothers me not what people say. I love you despite all the rumors. They say that you're frigid, so prove them all wrong. So give us a flash of your bloomers. Thank you. Most of us at some time or other need a little peace and quiet. The trouble is, when you're married, it's very difficult to find a little peace who'll keep quiet. Last autumn, I recall with nostalgia, I rambled through the old county of Dawson, the land that was Hardy's Wessex, a land of slumbering meadows, of dreaming hills, of winding leafy lanes. I can see myself now with a rucksack on my back and my ancient briar clenched between my teeth, which wasn't easy because my teeth were still in my pocket. Under the shade of an old elm, I paused and a nut fell on my head. Well, I thought, nice one, squirrel. As dusk enveloped me like a mantle, I squatted on a heap of age-pitted stones beneath the frowning bulk of Corfe Castle, drenched with history. And the only sound that disturbed the jasmine-scented stillness was the rampant cry of a solitary wood pigeon and a frustrated grunt from a couple having noughties in a minute. As the dying sun bled its rays over the purple hillocks, I saw a tall, thin figure emerge from a hole in the ruined keep. In one hand, he held a leg of pork, which was rather unusual because it was still attached to the pig. But in his other hand, he held a priceless Stradivarius, which he held to his bristly chin, and he commenced to play the most haunting refrain that I've ever heard. As the last note died away on the stillness of the air, I sprang to my feet and I brushed a furtive tear from my cheeks. I said, "Sir, pause a while. Tell me, what is the name of that beautiful tune?" He replied in a very soft, northern accent. "I made it up myself, whack!" I said, "It's so beautiful. Have you had it published?" "He should have tried to, you know, there, la. But nobody would wear it." I couldn't believe it. My senses reeled. I said, "Hand me your manuscript. I will take it this very eve to the songsmiths of Charing Cross, because the world shall hear of your music. What is it called?" And he said, "I love you so much I get wind." Off it.
Hello, Les.
Don't you hello, Les, me.
What?
What's all this bit?
What's all what bit?
That bit is a trifle ostentatious, isn't it?
What?
You never see me carried on to the stage.
Well, they wouldn't get the track in the studio.
It's enough of your barbed wit, madam. I'm a little bit sick of this between you and I. You get all the attention, everything. You get twice as much of everything that I get.
What do you mean twice as much?
Well, look at the dressing rooms, right? You've got Lulu on your door, I've got Lou on mine. Your dressing room's on the ground floor. Where am I? Right at the top. God knows how high I am, but the mice have got jet lag. I don't mind telling you, I get winded climbing, though. I'm breathless when I climb those stairs.
Well, you would be. You're not getting enough air. You've only got a short neck.
What do you mean, short neck?
Well, you remind me of a tortoise.
I really am getting very sick of this.
Oh, Les, don't take it seriously. I like your neck, what there is of it.
Yeah. I'll tell you something, I like your neck.
Do you?
I like your neck there!
Oh, Les, be careful. I'll call a policeman.
You'll have a job to find one these days. They're understaffed, you know.
Oh, are they?
Oh, yes. The police do have their problems.
Do they?
Good morning, madam.
Oh, good morning. My name is Braddock, Cynthia Braddock. I've come to give myself up. I can't live with my conscience any longer. This is the only way.
Now then, what have you done wrong, Cynthia?
Well, I'm personal secretary to the chief executive of a local plastics firm, and I've embezzled £50,000 from this firm.
£50,000?
Yes.
I'll bet they're vexed.
Oh, please arrest me.
Have you got an appointment?
Appointment?
An appointment to be arrested. You see, you've probably read in the news media that we're understaffed and we're very busy. We just can't arrest someone unless they've made an appointment.
But this is crazy. Lock me up.
Don't get yourself in a state. Now, the police don't make the rules, you know. They only enforce them.
But I'm a major criminal. I've embezzled £50,000. Surely that entitles me to instant arrest.
The conceit of the public. The severity of the crime is purely academic. You see, all the arrests are taken care of in alphabetical order, according to the nature of the crime. Now, let me explain. You see, your crime is embezzlement, right? Now, that starts with the letter E. Now, our waiting list is currently on the letter H, which means we've got to go right through the alphabet to the end of it and start again before we can come to the E's. Now, have I made myself clear?
But that could take years. How can I live with my conscience all that time?
You're going to get yourself poorly like this, you know. I think I've got a solution to your dilemma. Why don't you go out and commit a crime beginning with H? Now, in that way, you're bound to get arrested almost immediately.
H? Oh, yes. What H crimes are there?
Hey, that's a bit of a poser. Let's have a look. Well, there's handbag snatching, but I don't go a lot on that, you know. I never really fancied this arson. No, I don't think that. There's horse stealing, if you've anywhere to put them. Hijacking, but that's mainly the day goes. To really ensure you'll get arrested, the only thing to do is to steal a handbag from a hijacked horse.
H, yes, I'll steal a handbag.
it.
Oh, thank you for the tip.
Right, Sergeant, we've reached the end of the H crimes. We're now on the I's.
Thank God for that. I knew if I waited long enough, my turn would come.
You mean you've committed a crime? A crime beginning with the letter I?
That's right. Impersonating a police officer.
What?
I also do Tommy Cooper.
You'd better come with me.
Lazy boy, sleeping in the sun. How you gonna get your day's work done? You never get your day's work done. No, sleeping in the noonday sun. You're just a lazy bone, sleeping in the shade. How you expect to get your cornmeal made? You'll never get your cornmeal made. Sleeping in the evening shade. When taters keep spraying, I bet you keep praying. The slugs fall off of the vine. Yes, you do. And when you go fishing, I bet you keep wishing the fish won't grab at your line.
couple of years ago, I met a man who said to me, "Do you know my sister May?" I said, "No, but thanks for the tip." He turned out to be a man of letters. He was well read, and also he was well versed in the arts. And I got a keen interest in the arts, particularly in painting, and I got enthralled in the works of people like Rubens, Van Gogh, all those people, and Van Gogh particularly, because, I mean, Van Gogh he cut his ear off. He must be the only man in history who, when you told him something, it went in one ear and it stayed there. It's a very meandering way of introducing our next little fun-filled gobbet, which is an insight into the life of that great painter, Leonardo da Vinci. Oh, this is no good. If I don't come up with a painting soon, I'll starve. They've not paid me for my last painting. Wouldn't even bother. I did that painting on that Sistine Chapel ceiling. It was a marvellous job. It was different. United for the cup. How was I told that the Pope followed Everton? Oh, well, once you get it, do it, and quick. Come in.
I'm the lady who's come for cleaning.
Well, stop there where you are, and I'll sponge you down with the leather.
No. I'm from Rent a Bucket.
Oh, I see. Well, get cracking, but one thing you mustn't do, don't polish that floor.
Right.
I don't want the mice slipping on it and breaking the legs.
Here, shall I dust your bits and pieces?
Well, thanks for the offer, but I'm not in the mood. Just carry on, Chuck. All right. Hey, Jude, what would a fool... You married?
Yes.
Little ones?
I can't help it.
I meant children.
Oh, yeah, I've got 8 children.
8 kids?
Yeah.
They've got a lot to answer for, those power cuts.
Are you married, Mr. Da Vinci?
The wife ran off with the milkman this morning.
Oh, how awful.
Oh, she'll be back this afternoon. We're over for 2 weeks. You might not know this, you know, Chuck, but one day I'm going to be a very rich and famous painter.
Oh, I'm sure you will, love.
One day I shall produce a masterpiece that will be the most famous painting in the world. If only I could find a model, if I could only clock somebody with a mush that... Hey, Chuck, don't be frightened. You've got a very pretty face.
Thank you very much, Mr. Da Vinci.
I've never seen a face quite like it. Would you pose for me?
Here, do I have to take everything off?
Let's finish the painting first.
Will you take that?
You want
Thank
that? Certainly, though. Just sit over there, make yourself comfortable.
All right.
Put that gown round your shoulders, but don't crease it. It's got to go back to the catalogue. That's it. That's it. Now, don't move, whatever you do. That's beautiful. What beautiful eyes. Oh, what a wonderful, delightful smile. Enchanting.
Mr.
Shut up! Don't move or I'll make a cobblers of it. I'll make your smile the most talked about in the world.
Here, Mr. Da Vinci.
Tacit. Stop. What's your name?
Mona Lisa.
That's nice. It's very nice, that. Do you know something? Wherever people congregate who really appreciate fine art, they will be captivated by the smile of Mona Lisa. And I shall earn 1,000 times more the bread that I got for my last commission.
Oh, what was that?
Here in Venice. Worst job I've ever had. Working for the Ministry of Transport.
Oh, what was wrong with it?
Have you ever tried painting white lines down the middle of a canal? I'd undercoat all over the gondolas. It's finished. You ready? The most famous painting the world has ever seen.
Ooh.
Clock that. The Mona Lisa. Just look at that enigmatic smile. Tell me, love, how do you manage to smile like that?
Well, I've been trying to tell you, Mr. Da Vinci.
What's that?
I've been sitting on my scrubbing brush.
Is this anybody's?
Yes, I'm expecting someone.
Right.
Well, I told you, I'm waiting for a friend.
Yes, I know. Namely, Doris Bishop.
How did you know?
Allow me to introduce myself. My card.
Norman Beasley, bub.
Beelzebub. Get it right.
But that's a devil's name.
It just so happens that you're sharing a table with old Nick's representative for Hendon, Watford, and the shadier parts of Tring.
Come on, pull the other one. I mean, if you're a devil, I'm Queen Victoria.
No, you're not. We've already got her. She's the best stoker we've had since Joan of Arc.
You don't look like a devil.
Well, not all Satan's servants, look like Christopher Lee. One or two look like Nicholas Parsons.
Look, are you sure you haven't come from that big house, the one up on the hill with the green shutters and the 12-foot-high
That's
wall?
right. Go on, scoff. Go on, be aesthetic. I suppose you want to see my credentials? Right, well, hang on a moment. I've got to bring it up between my legs.
I beg your pardon?
I had it when I came out this morning. It's just had an MOT.
How's that?
Well, it's not Sherpa Tenzin's truss, is it?
It's real.
Well, of course it's real. I told you it's my tail. If you were to tweak that, I wouldn't walk properly for a week. Just hang on a moment. Oh, that's better. It doesn't half get up when it's hanging down in your long johns.
Look, if you're one of Satan's creatures, I mean, what do you want with me?
Business, laddie, business. If you recall, when you die, you've left your liver to St. Thomas's, you left buttock to St. Bartholomew's, and a part we won't mention to the Little Sisters of the Poor.
How the devil did you know?
We devils know everything, don't we? Gerald Billings, age 38, bachelor, proud possessor of a Morris 1000, Scoutmaster's diploma and ill-fitting toupee. It just so happens there's one part of your person that's not yet been disposed of.
What's that?
Your soul, laddie, your soul, and I want it.
Oh, come on. I mean, you're joking, aren't you?
Not joking, no, I'll make you a fair offer for it. In return for your soul, you can have the full freedom of Doris Bishop, the siren of Potter's Bar.
Are you sure that you can fix it,
Just sign on the dotted line, and Doris Bishop will be all over you, guaranteed.
All over me? Panting?
Slavering, slobbering, drivelling, quivering with suppressed lust. It's all part of the contract.
I'm not sure that I should.
Just remember the times you've stood outside on the lawn and watched her through the bathroom window. Hey? The fine down on her arms. The dimples on the inside of her thigh.
Yes,
Get stuck in there.
Right there. Gerald Horatio Billings. There you are.
Right, you've got the crumpet and I've got the soul.
I beg your pardon?
Your soul, lad, your immortal soul. You pathetic specimen of misguided lust. You've just consigned your soul to everlasting perdition.
Perdition? What's that like?
It's rather like Cleethorpes in February.
I'm not sure that I really want to go through with it.
Jerry, baby, I've been pining for you. Why don't you take me home and let me make breakfast for you?
It's worth it, though, isn't
Get
it?
stuck here, go and enjoy yourself.
Yes.
You're doomed to die in a few hours of exhaustion.
What?
Come on, darling.
Oh, get
7
stuck
to
in.
7's way past my bedtime.
Oh, they never learn. You better stop watching Crossroads.
Made a sale, have you?
Yes, I've made a sale, the moron. Illiterate mountebank. I've just acquired the immortal soul of... Des O'Connor. Lou Grade had that years ago. He's cheated me, the little swine. I'm sorry, boss. Please, anyone can make a mistake. Give me another chance. I'll try and get you Mark Phillips or Harvey Smith. I don't care what Chester says.
One, two, three. Dance. I gotta shake my shoulder. Dance. I got to move up on. Dance. I gotta keep on grooving. Dance. As long as my motor Shimmy, shimmy, a cocoa pop. Once you begin, find it hard to stop. Just take a sniff of Wicked Whip and dance. Oh, dance. Dance, 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 hot. Ooh, so hot. Gotta go down, 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 gotta go down. Dance, I gotta shake my shoulders. Dance, I gotta move my legs. I gotta keep on grooving. Dance, as long as my motor runs, I can't just stop my feet. Blame it on the rhythm and the heat of the beat. I get loose when I'm without my shoes, and then I dance. Oh, dance. Come on, everybody, dance. Yeah, dance. Woo! Woo!
There are many ills in this world that can depress the human spirit. Pestilence, plague, famine, drought, the evil drummers of war. But even these horrors pale into insignificance when compared to that ultimate folly of man's own making, the wedding reception. Now, I can dimly understand why people get married, because if it wasn't for marriage, men and women would have to fight with strangers. For the life of me, I cannot comprehend the reason for that sacrificial feast afterwards. Because let's face it, the average wedding reception is about as enjoyable and as interesting as listening to Open University on a debate on the workings of a ferret's saliva gland. In Polish. Much against my will, the other week I was dragged off to a wedding. It was the marriage of the wife's eldest sister, Maud. The fact that she was getting married came as a somewhat emotional tremor, because the lady in question had been on the shelf for so long, she was beginning to ferment. It was no secret in the family that she'd been frequently jilted. In fact, she'd been kept waiting at the church so often, the vicar made her wear a parking meter. It was a cold, drizzly day. We all huddled in the church, looking like refugees from a Zeppelin raid. I looked at the bridegroom, who was a dwarf from Luton. He was wearing a set of hired tails. I'm not saying he looked a mess, but Moss brothers were picketing the vestry. I felt sorry for the midget. He was white-faced, he was trembling, and he had no chance of escape because the wife's father had got hold of his neck in a half Nelson. Without warning, the geriatric organist struck up with that most doom-laden of themes, the wedding march. And then when he saw the bride drift down the aisle, he broke into the March of the Gladiators. I wasn't really surprised. I mean, she was dressed in white, and with the sheer size of her, it looked as though somebody was towing a sight screen to Lord's. I mean, I'm not saying she's fat, but they use her knickers for hang gliding. It was obvious that she was glad to be getting married because some brides carry a posy of flowers. She was waving a football rattle. She joined her husband at the altar. The midget craned his neck to look at his bride, screamed and tried to make a bolt for it. But the verger, who'd been well paid in advance to thwart such a move, felled him with a brass incense burner. The vicar looked at the bridegroom, he looked at the wife, he looked back at the bridegroom, he said, "Do you take this woman or will you have her delivered?" The choir boys took the blinkers off, the hideous ceremony ground to a halt, and we trooped off to the wedding reception, which was held in a vast Gothic quarp hall the size of Wembley. The wife's family, we all sat down one side of the hall. The bridegroom's family sat down the other, and nobody dared cross no man's land in the middle, apart from the odd drunk or a lunatic ant. They'd hired a three-piece band that was so lousy, every time a waiter dropped a tray, we all got up and danced. The wife's family went at the running buffet like a shoal of piranha fish. In fact, the struggle for the sausage rolls got so fierce, Henry Cooper did the commentary. And the catering was a mess. The boiled ham had been cut so thin, somebody shouted to a waitress, "You deal and I'll shuffle." The wedding cake was a disaster. It was so stale, we had to spray it with DDTs before the flies would land on it. You couldn't put a knife through it. At the finish, they broke pieces off with a roll plug and a buzzsaw. The sherry was weak and warm, and obviously a cheap one. I don't know who trod the grapes for it, but in my glass, there was a corn plaster. The dreary night rolled on. The mother-in-law got drunk and stood on a chair singing all the songs she'd learnt as a stormtrooper. Some fool locked himself in the loo and fell asleep. We crossed our legs so often at the end of the night we had braided kneecaps. Mercifully, it all came to an end when the bride picked up her husband and they went off in a van to Fleetwood, which I thought was an odd choice for winter, but as she said, well, you're always handy for a deck chair. The wife got very emotional, she said. She said, look at them, she said. She said, I can just see them on the first night in the hotel. It'll be like that television series, The Lovers. I said, with the difference in size, it'll be more like Mission Impossible.